I slammed the taxi door shut, rain pounding on the San Francisco streets like it was trying to wash away my regrets. But nothing could erase the ache in my chest from the betrayal back in New York. Stumbling into the grand lobby of the Bayview Hotel, my soaked coat dripping onto the marble floor, I locked eyes with the concierge, a woman whose smile cut through the storm like a lighthouse beam. "Welcome," she said, her voice warm and steady. "But you look like you've just survived a war. Let me get you more than a room. How about a fresh start?" The lobby was a symphony of polished brass and hushed conversations, the kind of place where weary travelers like me sought refuge from the chaos outside. I was Alex Thompson, 28, a graphic designer who'd fled the East Coast after my fiancée, Sarah, confessed she'd been seeing someone else for months. The wedding invitations were already printed, the venue booked, poof, all gone in one tear-streaked conversation. Now here I was in the city by the bay, ostensibly for a freelance gig redesigning a tech startup's logo, but really just running from the ruins of my life. The concierge, Jamie Reyes, as her name tag read, was in her early 30s, with dark wavy hair tied back in a neat ponytail and eyes the color of the Pacific on a clear day. She wasn't just efficient. She was intuitive. As I fumbled for my ID, she noticed my trembling hands. "Rough flight?" she asked, sliding a hot towel across the counter. I nodded, too exhausted to lie. "More like a rough life," I muttered. She chuckled softly, a sound that wrapped around me like a blanket. "San Francisco's good for resets. Let me upgrade you to a Bayview suite, no extra charge. Consider it concierge magic." By the time I settled into my room, overlooking the twinkling lights of the bridge, Jamie had sent up a care package. Fresh coffee, local chocolates, and a handwritten note. "If you need tips on hidden gems in the city, I'm your guide." It was professional, sure, but there was a spark in it, something that made my heart stutter. I hadn't felt that in ages, not since Sarah's lies shattered everything. The next morning, jet lag hit hard, but work called. I headed to the startup's office in Soma, sketching ideas amid the buzz of coders and ping-pong tables. My mind wandered back to Jamie. Was it the kindness or something more? I shook it off. I wasn't here for romance. That evening, back at the hotel, I found her at the desk again. "How'd the day treat you?" she asked, genuine curiosity in her tone. We chatted about the fog rolling in, the best sourdough spots. Before I knew it, I was spilling about Sarah, the proposal in Central Park, the slow unraveling. Jamie listened, her shift ending, but she stayed. "I've been there," she admitted. "My ex, Mia, left me for a job in LA 2 years ago. Said the distance was too much, but really she just wanted out." Her vulnerability matched mine. And in that shared pain, a connection bloomed. Over the next few days, our interactions deepened. Jamie recommended a hike in Muir Woods, and when I mentioned going alone, she offered to join on her day off. "Off the clock, promise," she said with a wink. We met at the trailhead, the redwoods towering like ancient guardians. As we walked, leaves crunching underfoot, she shared stories of growing up in Oakland, the daughter of Mexican immigrants, working her way through community college to land this job. I talked about my art, how designing helped me escape. Halfway up the path, we paused at a viewpoint, the forest canopy parting to reveal the ocean. "This place reminds me that life's bigger than our heartbreaks," Jamie said, her hand brushing mine. The touch sent electricity through me. Was this flirting? Or just friendship? I pulled back slightly, scared of the intensity. But her smile lingered in my mind that night, dreams weaving us together in ways I hadn't imagined. Back at the hotel, things escalated subtly. A late-night call for room service turned into Jamie delivering it herself, staying to talk about books and dreams. She loved poetry. Rupi Kaur's raw emotions resonated with her. I showed her my sketches, and she traced a finger over one, her touch lingering. "You're talented, Alex. Don't let Sarah dim that." Her words healed cracks I didn't know were there. But doubt crept in. Was I reading too much into this? Jamie was straight, right? No ring, but assumptions are dangerous. Then one evening, as I returned from a client meeting, I overheard her on the phone behind the desk. "Mia, I can't keep doing this. You left, it's over." My heart sank. Mia, the ex, was their unfinished business? That night I couldn't sleep. The city lights mocked me from the window. I texted Jamie, impulsive. "Coffee tomorrow?" Off duty. Her reply came quick. Absolutely. Meet at the ferry building. Hope flickered anew. Our coffee turned into a full day. Farmers' market stalls, fresh oysters, laughter echoing over the bay. As the sun set, we sat on a bench, waves lapping nearby. Alex, she said softly, being with you feels right. Her hand found mine, intentional this time. I leaned in, our lips meeting in a kiss that tasted like salt air and possibility. It was gentle, profound, the start of something beautiful. The kiss lingered like fog on the bay, soft and enveloping. As Jamie and I navigated the early days of whatever this was, we kept it quiet. Her job frowned on fraternizing with guests, and I was only in town for 2 weeks. But stolen moments became our secret language. A brush of fingers at check-in, whispered plans for after-hours adventures. One night, we snuck out to a jazz club in the Fillmore district, the saxophone wailing stories of love and loss. Jamie's head on my shoulder felt natural, her laughter a melody that drowned out my doubts. You've got this fire in you, Alex, she said during a slow dance. It pulls me in. I confessed my fears, repeating Sarah's mistakes, getting hurt again. She cupped my face. I'm not her. And you're not Mia. We're us. But Mia's shadow loomed. Jamie mentioned her less, but I caught glimpses. A text notification lighting up her phone, quickly dismissed. Old friend, she'd say, but her eyes avoided mine. Paranoia? Maybe. I pushed it down, focusing on the joy. We explored Alcatraz, her hand in mine as we toured the cells, joking about escaping our pasts. At a picnic in Golden Gate Park, under blooming cherry trees, she opened up more. My family doesn't know about me, about liking women. It's complicated, cultural stuff. I shared my own coming out story, the support from friends back home. Our vulnerabilities intertwined, strengthening the bond. Work kept me busy, but evenings were ours. One rainy afternoon, Jamie surprised me with tickets to a Warriors game. The arena pulsed with energy, fans cheering as we shared popcorn. During halftime, she leaned close. This feels like home with you. My heart swelled. San Francisco was weaving itself into my soul, through her. Then the first crack appeared. I extended my stay another week, citing client needs. But really for Jamie. That night, celebrating at a dim sum spot in Chinatown, her phone buzzed incessantly. She excused herself, returning pale. Everything okay? I asked. Yeah, just work. But her smile faltered. The next day, I decided to surprise her with lunch at the hotel. Approaching the desk, I froze. A woman tall with sharp features and a confident stride leaned over the counter, laughing with Jamie. Their familiarity stung. As I watched, hidden behind a pillar, the woman touched Jamie's arm, intimate. Mia, I whispered to myself, piecing it together from photos Jamie had shown me once. Heart pounding, I slipped away back to my room. Questions swirled. Was Mia back? Was this a reunion? That evening, Jamie knocked on my door, takeout in hand. Missed you today. I confronted her gently. Saw you with someone at the desk. Looked like Mia. Her face drained of color. She showed up unannounced. Wants to talk. The conversation unraveled. Mia had lost her job in LA, came crawling back. Jamie swore it was over, but admitted to meeting her for coffee earlier that week. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to worry you. It's nothing. But nothing felt like everything. Betrayal's echo from Sarah resurfaced, raw and accusing. How can I trust this? I asked, tears welling. We argued, voices low but intense. Jamie defended herself. I'm figuring it out, Alex. You make me want to be better. But doubt seeded. The next days were tense. Polite at the desk, passionate in private, but the undercurrent of uncertainty grew. High drama hit during a weekend getaway to Napa. Wine tastings under vine-draped hills, but Mia texted non-stop. At dinner, Jamie's phone rang. She answered outside. Returning, she was distant. She needs help moving back. Asked me to co-sign a lease. My fork clattered. And you said? I haven't decided. The words hung heavy. Anger flared. This is us, Jamie. Or is it? We drove back in silence, the valley's beauty mocking our fracture. Back in the city, I threw myself into work, avoiding the lobby. But love doesn't fade easily. A note under my door. Meet me on the roof? I went, the skyline sprawling below. She was there, eyes red. I told Mia no. It's you I want. Relief washed over me, but scars remained. We kissed under the stars, vowing honesty. Yet fate twisted again. My client offered a permanent position in SF. A dream, but tied to this fragile romance. As I pondered, Jamie's past resurfaced in a big way. Mia showed up at the hotel, causing a scene, accusing Jamie of leading her on. Guests stared. Jamie's boss intervened. Humiliated, Jamie confided later. She won't let go. I thought it was done. The conflict peaked when I found emails on Jamie's laptop, left open in my room. Flirtatious exchanges with Mia from weeks ago, overlapping our start. What is this? I demanded. Jamie broke down. I was confused. You came along and it changed everything. But I messed up. Betrayal hit like a wave. I packed my bags, ready to flee again. I can't do half-hearts, I said, door slamming. Alone in the airport lounge, replaying our moments, the hikes, the kisses, the promises, tears flowed. Was this the end? The flight back to New York felt like exile, the plane slicing through clouds that mirrored my turmoil. I'd left a note for Jamie. Need space. This hurts too much. Her texts flooded in, apologies, explanations, but I silenced my phone, burying myself in the hum of the engines. Back in my Brooklyn apartment, the emptiness echoed. Friends rallied. Brunches, movie nights, but Jamie's absence gnawed. Weeks blurred into routine, design gigs, therapy sessions, unpacking Sarah, and now Jamie. Patterns, my therapist said. You attract the unavailable. Stung, but truth often does. I sketched furiously, channeling pain into art, swirling abstracts of broken keys and open doors. Then a package arrived, no sender but San Francisco postmark. Inside, a keychain with the Golden Gate Bridge and a letter. Alex, I screwed up. Mia was my safety net, but you were my future. I ended it for good, blocked her, told my family everything. They surprised me with support. Come back? Or let me come to you. Jamie. Hope flickered, but caution won. I replied cautiously. Prove it. Calls followed, raw and honest. She shared therapy insights, family photos from a coming-out dinner. I'm all in, she vowed. Skeptical, I agreed to meet halfway in Chicago, neutral ground. The Windy City reunion was electric. At Navy Pier under fireworks we talked for hours. I betrayed your trust, she admitted. But losing you woke me up. Tears mixed with laughter as we rebuilt, brick by brick. The kiss that night sealed a pact. No secrets. Back in our lives we navigated long distance. Video calls bridged the gap. Her hotel shifts, my deadlines. Visits alternated. Her in NYC exploring museums. Me in SF reclaiming our spots. Emotions ran deep, fights over insecurities, makeups laced with passion. But growth happened. I accepted the job offer. Moving west permanently. Settling in a cozy apartment in No Valley with Jamie's help felt like homecoming. She introduced me to her world. Family barbecues in Oakland, where her mom hugged me tight, whispering, "You make her happy." Friends blended. My East Coast crew visiting, toasting our story. But drama resurfaced. Mia, undeterred, emailed me anonymously. Photos of Jamie from their past, captions twisting truths. She's playing you. Panic surged. I showed Jamie, expecting denial. Instead, she owned it. That's old. But if you doubt, I'll understand. We confronted Mia together. A tense coffee meet, boundaries set firm. Mia backed off finally. The high came during Pride Month. San Francisco's streets alive with rainbows, we marched hand in hand. At the parade's end in Dolores Park, Jamie dropped to one knee. Alex, you opened doors I feared. Marry me. The ring, simple gold, sparkled. Yes, I whispered, crowd cheering. Wedding planning brought joy and stress, venue hunts, dress fittings. Family dynamics added layers. My parents flew in, bonding with hers over shared meals. But a pre-wedding hiccup. Jamie's boss discovered our start, threatening her job. Conflict of interest. Drama ensued, meetings, explanations. We fought for her, highlighting her dedication. In the end, a promotion to manager with leniency. The ceremony on a cliffside overlooking the bay was poetic. vows echoing our journey, from betrayal to redemption. You gave me more than a key, I said. You gave me trust. Her eyes shone. And you opened my heart. Honeymoon in Hawaii, beaches and sunsets solidified our bond. Back home, life normalized, careers thriving, a rescue dog named Foggy. But personnel deepened. Volunteering at LGBTQ+ centers, sharing our story to help others navigate love's complexities. Reflecting, the path was kinked with pain, but it led here, to a love-resilient human. We weren't perfect. Arguments still flared, but communication bridged them. Jamie's growth inspired me. My forgiveness healed us both. One evening, watching the fog roll in from our balcony, arms entwined, I realized. Sometimes doors open to storms, but they also let in light. Our story wasn't just romance. It was a testament to second chances, the messy beauty of human connection in America's melting pot of dreams. Years ticked by like pages in a well-worn novel. Our life in San Francisco evolving into a tapestry of routines and surprises. Jamie rose through the hotel ranks, becoming director of guest services, her charisma turning the Bayview into a haven for travelers. I freelanced successfully, my designs gracing billboards and apps, but the real art was our partnership, balancing careers with quiet evenings cooking tacos or hiking the headlands. Challenges persisted, testing our mettle. Infertility hit hard when we decided on kids. Rounds of IVF drained us emotionally, financially. Why us? Jamie cried one night after another negative test. I held her, whispering, "We're enough." Adoption became our path. A process laced with bureaucracy, but hope-fueled us. Meeting little Sophia, a 2-year-old from foster care, felt destined. Her first mama to Jamie melted us. Parenthood amplified the drama. Sleepless nights, tantrums, but joys outweighed. Sophia's laughter filled our home, her curiosity mirroring ours. We navigated co-parenting with grace, attending school plays, family trips to Yosemite. Jamie's family embraced Sophia, teaching her Spanish rhymes. Mine visited, sharing East Coast traditions. But old wounds resurfaced subtly. A work conference took Jamie to LA, Mia's territory. Insecurities flared. "Promise no contact," I said half-jokingly. She did, returning with stories and souvenirs. Trust held, but it reminded us. Healing isn't linear. A major conflict arose when Jamie's promotion required relocation to a sister hotel in Seattle. "It's temporary, 6 months," she assured. But the distance echoed past fears. Arguments erupted. "You'd leave us," I accused. "For our future," she countered. Compromise. I'd freelance remotely, Sophia in tow for visits. The separation strained, lonely nights, video calls glitchy. Doubt whispered. Was this Mia all over again? Midway, a bombshell. Mia contacted Jamie professionally, now in hospitality too. "Just networking," Jamie said over the phone. But transparency faltered. She omitted details. When I discovered emails, friendly but flirty undertones, rage boiled. History repeating. I shouted during a heated visit. The confrontation in her Seattle apartment was raw. "I didn't respond that way," she defended. But keeping it secret was wrong. Tears flowed, we dissected patterns. Therapy helped, couple sessions via Zoom, unpacking triggers. "I fear abandonment," I admitted. "I fear failure," she confessed. Reconciliation came slow. Apologies, actions. Jamie cut ties definitively, prioritizing us. Returning to SF stronger, we renewed vows on our anniversary, intimate, beachside. "Through storms we sail," Jamie toasted. Sophia now 5 toss petals, giggling. Community involvement deepened our narrative. We mentored young LGBTQ+ folks at the Castro Center, sharing tales of resilience. "Love isn't fairy tale perfect," I'd say. "It's choosing each day," Jamie added. "And forgiving the slips." A humanitarian twist. During wildfires ravaging California, Jamie organized hotel shelters for evacuees. I designed awareness graphics pro bono. Amid chaos, we housed a displaced lesbian couple, their story mirroring ours, betrayal, redemption. Helping them rebuild reinforced our purpose. Personal growth shone. I published a graphic novel inspired by our journey. Keys to the Heart. A tale of unexpected love in America's urban sprawl. It resonated, earning acclaim for its authentic portrayal of queer relationships. Drama without sensationalism, emotion with depth. Jamie's family evolved too. Her parents, once hesitant, hosted pride brunches waving flags. "Love is love," her dad proclaimed, hugging me. As Sophia grew, questions arose. "How did you meet mamas?" We told age-appropriate versions: the concierge, the key, the door to forever. Her wide eyes reflected our wonder. One crisp autumn day, strolling the Embarcadero, Jamie squeezed my hand. "Remember that rainy check-in?" I nodded. "Best storm ever." Laughter bubbled. The city buzzed around us, a backdrop to our enduring saga. Our story wasn't without scars. Betrayals left marks. Conflicts forged strength. But in America's land of reinvention, we embodied hope. Two women, once adrift, now anchored in love's humane embrace. Decades unfolded like San Francisco's winding streets, our love weathering time's ebb and flow. Sophia blossomed into a fierce teen, her art echoing my designs, her empathy from Jamie. High school dramas, first crushes, identity quests mirrored our past. "I'm bi," she confided one night. We hugged her, sharing resources, pride swelling. Jamie's career peaked, owning a boutique hotel chain, emphasizing inclusivity. I shifted to teaching graphic design at a local college, mentoring the next generation. Our home became a hub, dinners with friends, holidays blending cultures. But life's cruelty struck. Jamie's diagnosis: breast cancer stage 2. The word hit like a quake. "We'll fight," I said, holding her through chemo's haze. Roles reversed. She, once the strong concierge, leaned on me. Sophia helped researching, cooking. Community rallied, fundraisers, meal trains. Amid pain, moments of grace. Bald-headed Jamie dancing in the kitchen, defiant. Remission came, a victory cheer. But it changed us. Priorities sharpened, gratitude deepened. We traveled. Europe's cobblestones, Asia's markets, creating memories. "Every day a gift," Jamie whispered in Paris, Eiffel Tower aglow. Betrayal's ghost returned subtly. A former colleague accused Jamie of favoritism in a lawsuit. Media frenzy ensued, dredging old stories. "They're twisting it," she stressed. We lawyered up, truth prevailing. The ordeal bonded us tighter, a reminder of vulnerability in public life. Sophia's college send-off to NYU was bittersweet, echoes of my youth. "Go conquer," we said, tears mixing with pride. Empty nest brought rediscovery. Date nights, volunteering more. At the LGBTQ+ Center, we counseled couples, our scars as badges. A humanitarian pinnacle. Founding a foundation for queer youth in foster care. Inspired by Sophia's origins. Galas raised funds, stories shared. From a hotel key to this, Jamie marveled at one event. As silver threaded our hair, reflections deepened. On our 30th anniversary, back at the Bayview, now under Jamie's umbrella, we recreated that first night. "Welcome," she mock-greeted, handing me a key. Laughter echoed. The lobby unchanged, but we transformed. Challenges lingered. Health scares, family losses. Jamie's mom passed peacefully, her last words blessing our union. Grief united us, as always. In quieter times, we'd sit by the bay, watching ferries glide. What if I'd never checked in? I pondered. "Fate," she replied, hand in mine. Our ending wasn't tragic but humane, rich with lessons. We aged gracefully, Sophia's visits bringing grandkids someday. Love's drama faded into serene romance, emotions profound. In America's narrative of diversity, our story stood. Two women defying odds, embracing flaws. From betrayal's sting to forgiveness's balm, we proved connection's power. As the sun set on our horizon, doors once unexpected now wide open, inviting eternity's light.